A document is the most important to any business or to any organization, which is the marketing plan. So, this marketing or business plan is made after a lot of strategic consideration. Without strategy, a company will not move forward in any orderly manner. It will not know its own position in the market as compared to its competitor, and hence the firm will not be able to derive a competitive advantage. So, a strategy contains a number of key principles that outlines how a company will go about attaining these goals. For example, it will explain how to deal with the competitors, look at the needs and expectations of the customers, and will examine the long term growth and sustainability of their organization. So, the reason why having a strategy is so important is because it gives business time to get a sense of how they are performing, what their capabilities are, and if these capabilities are able to help them grow. So, a good strategy will help to make good investment decisions, like how and where they would like to spend money. It also helps to provide a guidance on project prioritization and other activities within the organization. Also, it can allocate and optimizes the resources and make the profits that generate above the average returns. Hence, strategy is a process. So, developing a strategy for business, not for profit or government, is to develop a process to guide an organization to a successful future. The term strategy is derived from the Greek word strategos, which means commander in chief. Now, the strategos can be divided into two, that is, the stratus, which means the army, and ego, which means to lead. So, from here it can be noted that it is an art and science of directing the military general or the forces. Strategy is thus a well thought out systematic plan of action to defend one or to defeat the rivals. Strategy is formulated in anticipation of the possible positions, move actions, and reactions of the rivals. A strategy can be a solution to move from where the business are now to where the business want to be and what business want to be at the end. Therefore, a strategy is a class of solution that deals with uncertainty. There are so many experts pointed out their views about the definitions of strategy, and here are some of the definitions. According to Alfred D. Chandler, strategy is the determination of the basic long-term purpose and objectives of an enterprise and the adoption of courses of action and allocation of resources necessary for carrying out these goals. So, from Chandler's definition, it is very clear that a strategy is a comprehensive master plan that determines the long term goals of an enterprise. And from Oxford Dictionary, it gives a meaning that a strategy is a plan of action designed to achieve the long term decisions. From the definition, we can conclude that strategy is a comprehensive master plan stating how the corporation will achieve its mission and long-term objectives by setting the decisions, what business are they are in, what products and services they will offer, to whom, at what prices, on what terms, against which competitors, on what basis will they compete. Let's try to understand the nature of strategies. The first point is it provides a structure. Strategy provides an overall framework for guiding an enterprise thinking and action. Strategy is concerned with a unified direction and efficient allocation of an organization's resources. Strategy is an integrated approach. A well-made strategy guides managerial actions and thoughts. It provides an integrated approach for the organization and aids in meeting the challenges posed by the environment. The third nature is strategy relates an organization with the environment. Strategy is a major course of action through which an organization relates itself to its environment, particularly the external factors like economic factors, technological factors, political, legal, or societal factors, to facilitate all the actions which involves in the meeting the objectives of the organization. The next nature is strategy is the combination of actions which aims to meet a particular condition to solve certain problems or to achieve a desirable end. So the actions are different for different situations. Strategy is future oriented. Strategic actions are required for new situations which have not arisen before in the past. Strategy is a blend of internal and external factors to meet the opportunities and threats provided by the external factors. Internal factors have to be matched with them. The next point is strategy requires some systems and norms for its efficient adoption in any organization. The last nature of strategy is it involves the contradictory actions. Due to its dependence on environmental variables, strategies may involve a contradictory action. For example, a firm is engaged in closing down of some of its business and at the same time expanding the sum. So an organization may take a contradictory actions either simultaneously or with a gap of time. So these are the explanation for the nature of strategies. Now let's look into the next concept, that is strategy formation process. Strategy formation refers to the process of choosing the most appropriate course of action for the realization of organizational goals and objectives and thereby achieving the organizational vision. So the process of strategy formation basically involves 6 main steps. And they are, the first one is setting organization's objectives. So the key component of any strategy statement is to set a long-term objectives of the organization. It is known that strategy is generally a medium for realization of organizational objectives. Objectives stress the state of being there, whereas strategy stresses upon the process of reaching there. So the strategy includes both the fixation of objectives as well as the medium to be used to realize those objectives. Thus, the strategy is a wider term which believes in the manner of deployment of resources so as to achieve the objectives. The second step is to evaluate the general economic and industrial environment in which an organization operates. So this includes a review of the organization's competitive position. So it is essential to conduct a qualitative and quantitative review of an organization's existing product lines. So the purpose of such review is to make sure that the factors important for competitive success in the market can be discovered so that the management can identify their own strength and weakness as well as the competitors' strength and weaknesses. The third step is setting quantitative targets. Now, in this particular step, an organization must practically fix the quantitative target values for some of the organizational objectives. The idea behind this is to compare with the long-term customers so as to evaluate the contribution that might be made by various product zones or the operating departments. The next step is aiming in context with the divisional plans. In this particular step, The contributions made by each department or the divisions or the subunits or the product category within the organization is identified, and accordingly a strategic planning has to be done for each subunits. So this requires a careful analysis of macroeconomic trends. The next step is performance analysis. Now, the performance analysis includes discovering and analyzing the gap between the planned or the desired performance. A critical evaluation of the organization's past performance, present condition, and the desired future conditions must be done by the organization. So, in this step, it is a kind of a critical evaluation which identifies the degree of gap that persists between the actual reality and the long-term aspirations of the organization. So an attempt is made by the organization to estimate its probable future conditions if the current trends persist. The last step is the choice of strategy. Now, in this step, it is the best course of action which has to be chosen after considering the organizational goals, organizational strength, potentials, and limitations, as well as the external opportunity. So, choice of strategy is the ultimate step in the strategy formation process. Let's look into the differences between the strategy and a policy. Now, a strategy provides a direction in which the organization needs to go for achieving the organizational goals by employing the various resources, whereas the policy provides a guidelines to the employees for smooth operations and decision making. Here in the next difference is that with the help of strategy, the formulated policies are applied practically within a stipulated time frame, whereas a policy just instruct in work, but it is not associated with any time frame. Features is that strategies are formulated for those situations which have not occurred, and hence the organization has no formal response, whereas the policies are formulated for the activities which are repetitive in nature. Now, strategy is formulated for critical issues and requires constant attention from the management, whereas the policies are formulated by the top management for day-to-day activities. After the policies are formulated, it becomes a responsibility of the subordinates to implement those without the involvement of the top management. The scope of strategies are formulated on the basis of actions, and policies are formulated on the basis of thoughts. The implementation at level of organization is that strategy is implemented in all the levels of the organization, whereas the policies are implemented by the middle and the lower level of the employees. Now, the strategies are the ways to achieve the organizational objectives, whereas the policies are the instructions to achieve the objectives. And finally, strategies are formulated to utilize the available resources to achieve the organizational goals efficiently, whereas the policies are formulated to direct the operations and activities of the organization. Now let us figure it out the various levels of strategies. So a business firm should consider three types of strategies which form a hierarchy as shown in the picture. The first one is corporate strategy, business strategy, and the final is functional strategy. The first level of strategy in the business world is corporate strategy. At a most basic level, corporate strategy will outline exactly what businesses are going to engage in and how they can plan to enter and win in those markets. So, corporate strategy is defined by those at the very top management of organization, which includes the managing directors and executive boards, which are known as corporate levels of managers. So, this is a top layer of strategic planning and is often associated with exploring and determining the vision of the company in the form of a vision statement. Developing a mission statement of the company that should include statement of methodology for achieving the objectives, purposes, and the philosophy of the organization adequately reflected in the vision statement. Also, corporate strategy describes a company's overall direction towards growth by managing business and product line. So these includes stability, growth, and retrenchment. For example, Coca-Cola Inc. has followed the growth strategy by acquisition. It has acquired local bottling units to emerge as a market leader. So, corporate level strategy occupies the highest level of strategic decision making and covers actions dealing with the objective of the firm, acquisition, and allocation of resources. The next level is business level strategy, which is applicable in those organizations which have different businesses and each business is treated as strategic business unit or SBU. Usually, it occurs at business unit or product level, emphasizing the improvement of competitive position of a firm's products or service in an industry or market segment served by that business unit. Since each product or market segment has a distinct environment, a strategic business unit is created for each market segment. For example, Reliance Industries Limited operates in textile fabrics, telecom, and a variety of petrochemical products. For each product group, the nature of market in terms of customers, competition, and marketing channels differs. So, business strategy is a kind of strategy which is concerned with succeeding in chosen markets, focuses on competitive positioning, that is, where to compete and how in order to create an advantage over competitors, and it is always a responsibility of business level managers to create a business strategies. So, the most popular approach in HR strategy is the business strategy, which mainly focuses on the Porter's classifications of the three generic business strategies, that is, cost, leadership, differentiation, and focus. For example, Apple Computers uses a differentiation competitive strategy that emphasizes innovative product with creative design. Functional level strategy is also known as market level strategy, which refers to a strategy that acts as the day-to-day strategy that is going to keep organization moving in the right direction. Just as some businesses fail to plan from a top level perspective, other businesses fail to plan at this particular functional level, which is also considered as a bottom level. So this level of strategy is perhaps the most important of all. Therefore, it is responsibility of heads of major functional activities within a business unit or divisions to have a cordial relationship between business units and various departments of organizations like R&D, manufacturing, marketing department, finance, and other HR departments. Also, operating strategy is a part of functional strategy and they act as a part of an organization delivering effectively the corporate business and functional level strategies in terms of resources, processes, and people. They are at departmental level and set periodic
short-term targets for accomplishments. So it is a responsibility of plant managers, geographic unit managers, and lower level supervisors to coordinate with functional department heads to achieve the organizational objectives. Hence, the functional strategy is the approach taken by a functional area to achieve corporate and business unit objectives and strategies by maximizing the resource productivity. It is concerned with developing and nurturing a distinctive competence to provide the firm with a competitive advantage.
In today's day and age, looking forward and designing a strong strategy is the only way that certain companies can overtake their competition. So, to conclude, strategy is a well defined roadmap of an organization. Thank you. Have a nice day.